Hello and welcome my friend, and next I am planning to give you information that how to read these engine defect codes in Honda Civic cars. And I have really issue that when I start this my car, I have in here this OBD code, and engine is running a little bit poorly, and there is this engine defect code and engine warning light, and how I can actually remove that code, and especially how I can repair that defect. This is this issue, and engine is running but little bit poorly. What is wrong? And when I give little revs, engine takes rev, but engine vibrates a little bit. Okay, and really we need now this defect code scanner, and I have in here one good quality iCarsoft scanner, and when we are starting to read these defect codes, we have to go and we have to install this OBD scanner in this port, what is in here. And how I can connect this my OBD scanner in this Honda Civic car. Okay, and this is a little bit difficult job, because this OBD port, it is in very difficult position. It is like in hidden place in here, and now we can see that it is in there, very interesting place. And now when I install this my OBD scanners, car diagnostic tools, this my cable, it goes in just in that way. In here, if I am right, sorry, it is in another side, in this way, that way, and then I connect it in here, and this is little bit, this code goes like sideways. Now it goes, and it goes really interesting way. It is like in this way. It is not like in normally. It is like sideways, but now it is in position, and we notice that this scanner, when it start to work, we have electricity in there, and then we go to look my defects. Now when I have this in defects in here, next step is that I have to start this my car. There's my key, and we install neutral position, and I start my car, and here is this my defect code, and then I take my scanner and I choose this arrows OBD and enter. Okay, and then this my device read, and it found two codes in here. And let's look that when I look that, firstly it is good to read those. Now it talks with my computer, and it says that cylinder 1 misfire detected, and then second is cylinder 1 misfire also. Okay, and then I go back, and it is back, and there's erase code, and let's look at what happens when I erase that. Let's look at Now it is reading. But it seems that this faulty is all time in here. And that's I have to now go to repair this cylinder 1 issue. Okay, and let's go to look then engine area. Okay, and defect codes 301 means that I have issue in this cylinder 1. And cylinder 1 is the most nearest of this drive belt and also alternator in that area. And oil cap. And then if I have defect code 2302, it is that one, and then defect code 303 is in here, and then in that one is 304. And now I have possibilities in here that my ignition coil is bad, then this cable is bad, or then this spark plug is bad, or then that my piston inside in there is bad. But I think that most common issue is that this ignition coil is bad in here. And I have now purchased new ignition coil, and we can also swap that we replace these coils, because that one should be okay and this is like bad. And now I mark in here that I believe that this is bad, question mark in there, and now I replace in new ignition coil. And I always recommend that you purchase original parts. And let's go open that one. And now I need 10mm socket, and there is one nut. Now I take that small nut away. It looks like that. 10mm bolt. And then I take this connector, I press this cable, and I take this cable away. And now this my coil, this is free. And this connector, this is Denso's part. Okay, and normally I recommend always that we purchase this new original part, and this is really made by Denso. When we look at side area, and this Denso, this is the best one in here. There's brand and made in Japan and product code also. This is the best option. But now I have in here spare part what is not so good, but let's test that how this works, because this is original Denso's coil and this has last now 150,000 miles, like 240,000 kilometers. But let's test that how this my aftermarket parts works. Okay, and here is really this my aftermarket part, and this is probably made in China. And I can think that this can last like a couple of months or a couple of years, but not so many years than that one. This one has been last now 16 years. Think about that, and 200,000 miles. This is the Denso, and this is the Chinese aftermarket thing. But let's check that. I believe that when I install that in here, in position, and first thing is that there are two issues. Okay, and now when I am using like non-original coil, this connector is difficult to install in here. Now it goes finally, and this is like more tight. It seems that it don't go so deep. It is like little bit up That means this coil is like a little bit longer. But let's see that what happens, and then I install this my locking bolt. Okay, now locking bolt is in position. And now I believe that if everything goes nicely, this my defect code is away. And let's go to inside cabin area next.